Tiger Global and Flipkart-backed g.o.a.t.brandlabs has now announced the acquisition of 5 direct-to-consumer or D2C brands in India. Those include Chumbak and Imara, which is another apparel brand that they've recently acquired. And to talk about these and other acquisitions and the growth of the business in the pipeline, joining me now is Rishi Vasudev, who's the co-founder of g.o.a.t.brandlabs. Rishi, thanks very much for being with us here. First, since we're in the Chumbak store, tell us what went behind your acquisition of a brand like this, which has more of an offline presence than some of the brands in your portfolio.
Chumbak is a very strong brand. We are always looking for brands which have a great consumer connect. Chumbak is a brand which is loved both by a mature audience as well as youngsters love it. It has the width of thousands of categories. It's a brand you would love wearing on your body, wearing as accessories, building up your look of your home with. So the brand has a lot of categories that it can play in, and it's equally popular on both online and offline. So they had 50% sales on online, offline. So when we looked at Chumbak, we said, this is one brand which we can scale very fast online while they have a big enough presence in offline, and therefore it really fits into our theory.
So when you say scale, what numbers are we talking?
So we are looking to take Chumbak to about 300 crores in the next 3 years, 500 crores in the next 3 years.
That's a huge 200 crore jump you added
there.
there.
I used to, yeah, 500 crores is the number that we are targeting.
Okay.
Chumbak also is a quintessential Indian brand because the icons they use, the design they use. So there's a huge opportunity to take Chumbak to the world.
Okay.
And one of the mission of g.o.a.t. is to take Indian D2C brands to the world. So here's an opportunity to take Chumbak in a big way, especially to the Indian diaspora, and then make it more popular with foreign audiences.
Is that the plan with Imara as well, the second brand that you're now announcing the acquisition of? If you could tell us about what kind of growth you're hoping there, because the idea of a house of brands business, so to speak, is to scale up the brands that it's acquiring.
Yeah. Imara is the first brand we have acquired, which is primarily offline. It has a big presence in the department stores with Shopper Stop.
Yeah.
But we have seen huge success with our acquisitions in the premium women's wear and especially the ethnic wear space with brands like Avishti and True Browns. So Imara becomes the third brand in that space. We're confident with the performance that these two brands have shown. Both True Browns and Avishti have scaled up more than 10x in the 1 year after they became part of g.o.a.t. So Imara has huge potential to grow online. We have also launched these ethnic wear brands or Indian wear brands to the global audience. So the True Brown store is live for US customers, and therefore Imara will go that way.
So that is the plan with most of the brands in your portfolio. Okay. So with these 5 acquisitions, 2 we know of. Could you tell us a bit about the other 3 that are in the pipeline or to be announced?
Yes. So we announced 5 brands. All these 3 brands are in the fashion, home, and BPC space.
Okay.
So we announced one in home, which is Chumbak, one in fashion.
Yeah.
The other 3 are again in these spaces. So at least one of them is in the beauty personal care space, and the other 2 are in home and fashion.
So with this, your portfolio grows to 20 brands. Are there more in the pipeline, say in the next year or so, or what is the near-term target? How many brands would you hold?
Yeah. So g.o.a.t. started a year and a half back, and our first acquisition happened around November, December of 21. So in a short period of 12 months, we have already at 20 brands. And we have a very strong pipeline because we have been looking at category by category, all the brands that we believe fit into our thesis, that brands with great founders, great online business, and where we believe we can bring the strengths that we have created in g.o.a.t. to good use with these brands. So a strong pipeline, we'll keep acquiring while we are targeting at least 1 to 2 acquisitions every month. But then it depends on the pace at which we get good brands.
So what would that yield? 1 or 2 acquisitions each month? So that's 24 to 48 acquisitions each year?
Yeah, about 15 to 20 every year.
Okay.
But then again, depends on whether we have the right brands, we have founders who are ready to partner. So a lot of those things have to come together.
So you're talking about huge expansion plans. So let me ask you this. You've raised about $50 million 6 months back. How soon will you have to raise money again to keep pace with these plans that you have?
Yeah. So yes, this is a business which has one part which is growing the existing set of brands, which does not need that much capital, because with the g.o.a.t. kind of structure, you are sharing a lot of cost and their economies of scale. But for acquisition, you need capital.
Yeah.
So we are constantly in touch with the investors and having those conversations. Yes. So it has to be timed with enough money in the bank.
But can you predict
yes,
you're going to be $1 billion revenue company in the next few years? That's what you're targeting?
Yes, so it's the idea is to create GOAT as a platform where you can constantly acquire good brands, give them the power of economies of scale of the back end, and all the expertise that we have built in brand marketing, digital marketing, and all the new age brand building that we have created. So the way we are building it, the number of brands, we are not constrained by the number of brands which come on board, because we are building it like a platform. And therefore, the only thing is finding the right brands where you have a good founder, a good brand, and then ability to raise funds to be able to keep acquiring.
Yeah.
So therefore, yes, so two parts of our business. One is the 20 brands we have in our portfolio, huge plans for them to grow them. Last year, our brands have grown upwards of 70% from a year back, year on year. So this set of 20 brands the target would be to grow them.
And with that, it is a wrap on this edition of Startup Street. More news and updates coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.